Good evening. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is a great evening. This is an incredible turnout. We are not only filling this room, we're filling the lobby, and we're nearly filling an overflow theater, which holds about 200 people. So this is an incredible turnout, and it's wonderful to see. And so I thank you all for being here. My name is David Brown. I'm the chair of the Department of Physics and Astronomy here at the University of Louisville, and it's our pleasure to be bringing you tonight's lecture. This is the first Andrew Chamblin Memorial Lecture. So before we begin with the lecture, let me just explain what the Andrew Chamblin Memorial Lecture is. This lecture is a lasting tribute to Dr. Andrew Chamblin, who was a member of the University of Louisville faculty until 2006. But in addition to being a memorial, it's really a celebration. It's part of a big celebration that our department is having, celebration of a wonderful life that made a big impact on science. Andrew Chamblin is a young man who grew up in Texas and has often been described as one of those Texas guys with a lot of bravado, a great sense of humor, and a sense of adventure, really. He went to Rice University, where he sort of excelled. He stood out both for his gifts in mathematics and music. A lot of people don't think of that association, but it was very strong in Andrew Chamblin. And in fact, many of our mathematicians and scientists really do have a great love of music. He was fond of adventure, seen here at the Trinity site, the first atomic bomb blast. He went from Rice University to Oxford University in England, where he was a protege of Sir Roger Penrose, a very famous scientist and mathematician. And he distinguished himself at Oxford enough that he got some attention of someone who's also very well known at Cambridge University, also in England, of course, Stephen Hawking. And so Stephen Hawking and Gary Gibbons at Cambridge became his graduate mentor, and he got his PhD doing, actually I would describe it as a variety of things: gravity theory, both classical and quantum gravity, and string theory, you might say. He did a little bit of everything. He stayed on at Cambridge after getting his PhD as a research fellow. Took a couple of years to go out to UC Santa Barbara as a research fellow, and returned to Cambridge as a research fellow. From there, he went on to MIT and continued to make a wonderful name for himself. He was sort of a shooting star. And a lot of the things I heard about Andrew from friends who knew him for a long time had to do with what's on the picture on the left. Short shorts. I heard that a lot about Andrew. And very enthusiastic about jogging and getting out into nature. From MIT, he went on to Los Alamos Laboratory in a very prestigious research position there. And from Los Alamos, we were indeed blessed to have him come to the University of Louisville and become an assistant professor in 2004. It was an exciting time for us as we saw this wonderful shining star come to our department and brighten it. And then we were very tragically robbed of his presence early in 2006. One thing that Carl Sagan said, and is very famous for having said, is that we're all star stuff. And what he's referring to is the notion that stars are very bright, and those very big, massive stars have a lot of gravitational compression, and they burn very fast and very bright, and then they explode. And from the compressed materials that they create, we get the iron and all the other array of chemicals that make up our lives. And I often think of Andrew as being like that. He was a very, very bright star who burned out too early for all of us. So tonight, we celebrate what he brought to us at the University of Louisville, what he brought to the scientific community, and what he brought to the world with this, the first Andrew Chamblin Memorial Lecture. Now, as you can imagine, a lecture like this is difficult to put on, and so we would like this to be a lasting tribute to Andrew Chamblin. At Cambridge University, there is an annual Andrew Chamblin Memorial Lecture. We would like our lecture to become an annual event as well. So I'd encourage you, if you enjoy this sort of thing, outside of this theater, we have some envelopes and some sheets of paper where you can make contributions to the Andrew Chamblin Memorial Fund. And with your help, we hope that this can become the first annual Andrew Chamblin Memorial Lecture. So with that, I'd like to introduce tonight's speaker. It's a very special guest that we have, Professor Frank Wilczek. He's coming to us from MIT, where he is the Freshback Professor of Physics, and of course the 2004 Nobel Prize winner in physics. Dr. Wilczek received his bachelor's degree from the University of Chicago and his PhD from Princeton University. While he was still a PhD student at Princeton, he came up with the theory, or he co-developed the theory, that would eventually win the Nobel Prize at the age of 21, I believe. All right, I think I had a job when I was 21. So it's incredible to have him here with us tonight. It's been a great day tooling around town with him, and I know you're going to enjoy his lecture tonight. And I think we should all welcome Dr. Wilczek.
Hi. Is this on? Thanks for all of you for coming. It's really gratifying to see such a big crowd. And it's a great honor to inaugurate this series of lectures. I knew Andrew a bit at MIT, and I was very impressed by his enthusiasm and his joy in life, as well as his physics. Hello. Guess I can't get too far away. Oh, maybe it's a delayed reaction. We're in trouble here, I think. We're in real trouble. All right. Okay, take a deep breath. From time to time, physics advances by a leap. And then there's a lot of work to be done, and our understanding of nature reaches a new level. These are the golden ages of physics. In the 20th century, I would say there were three such golden ages. A period around 1910, when the theories of relativity were developed. A period around 1925, when modern quantum mechanics was developed. And a period around 1970, when our modern understanding of the basic laws of matter, usually called the Standard Model, were crystallized. It would be difficult to exaggerate how powerful, accurate, and complete the Standard Model has proved to be. Experimentalists have been trying ever since it was developed in the early 70s to knock it down and win Nobel Prizes for themselves. But instead, they've just succeeded time and again in proving how accurate and complete it is. However, we're not satisfied because our current model, our standard model of physics, actually I don't like the word standard model. That really is too modest for such a great thing. I call it our core theory of matter. Although extremely accurate and precise and beautiful in its way, given the magnitude of what it tells us about nature